Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Broadway's longest-running show ever, The Phantom of the Opera, has just welcomed its latest man behind the mask, Norm Lewis. And joining him is Christine Sierra Boggess. And I caught up with them and the show's creator, Andrew Lloyd Webber, on stage just minutes after their opening night curtain rang down. This was amazing. What was it like for you tonight?
Well, it was extraordinary because I think back to the opening night in this theatre, and of course my wife Sarah Brightman was playing Christine at the time, and I was, not able to relax in the same way as I could tonight because, of course, I was concerned about her, and how it would all go. Now, all these years later, I see it wonderfully played. I mean, Norm and Sierra, I couldn't ask for a better Phantom and Christine. I just simply couldn't. But the other thing which I found great tonight was the quality of everything. I mean, it's not just in a way that, we have two fantastic leads is wonderful, but we had a fantastic Carlotta, fantastic managers, a really lovely Meg. And the orchestra played, as well as you could expect from, any orchestra anywhere you could find. I'm very proud of that because I've done a bit of work with them over the last 3 days, and it's just marvellous to see a show in such good shape. And in many ways, I struggle to think when I've seen any of my shows in better shape.
I've seen the show about 16 times. Every time I come back, it looks like it opened yesterday.
Well, I suppose, you see, the one thing about it is when you've got very good performers and you've got top quality performers as we've got now, there's always going to be something a little different. Sierra plays it sometimes in a very different way than some of the other Christines I've played it. But of course, the bottom line is that she sings the hell out of the show, and as does Norm. And remember one thing: this is his first night. So it's like his first preview. And all of us, we all know it backwards, and he's just doing it for the first time, and I just can't wait to see. Performances will grow, and his performance will be spectacular. It was tonight, and it'll just grow and grow and grow now.
What was it like working with Norm the last few days?
Well, it's been a joy, and I think, I'm looking forward now to talking about it in a bit more detail, because I think he's now clearly going to be, he's going to be one of the great Phantoms. I think he is already.
And the chemistry between he and Sierra.
Well, that we know about. But it's fabulous to see, obviously two such fine performers in the role, and I know it's going to. This is one of those ones that you sort of say, gosh, I want to see this in 3 weeks' time, because it's just going to grow and grow and grow.
This is the 26th year on Broadway, almost 11,000 performances. When you hear those numbers, what does it mean to you?
Oh, it's a difficult question to answer, really. When you hear something as well performed as it is tonight, of course, it seems to me like I'm hearing it for the first time. That sounds a bit corny, but it's not. For me to hear some of the music, to hear any your music as well performed as it was tonight. And as I said, the orchestra, it was a fabulous performance.
What was tonight like for you?
It felt like we just did an opening night of a brand new show. And it wasn't just me feeling that. Everybody was feeling like that. And how before the show, he's like, it's crazy out there. He's like, this feels like opening night 26 years ago. In what universe is the show running 26 years and we're doing like what feels like an opening night, It's unbelievable.
Everybody was here tonight. Hal was here. Andrew Lloyd Webber. What was that like?
It was awesome. It was so awesome. I love both of them so much, and to be able to honor their show in this way, that I get to be a part of this making history and this kind of excitement and stuff, it's heaven, and it's right. It's right. This show is incredible, and it should have a feeling of that we had tonight, and for them, they're really happy. So that's good. 2 thumbs up.
You got a lot of thumbs up tonight.
Yeah.
What was it like returning to this role on Broadway?
It felt like stepping it felt like stepping into something that is familiar, but yet it was all new. I'm listening differently. I'm a different person now than I was a year and a half ago when I did it. And I also getting to be with Norm. It's like it's new. I'm hearing it new. It's like for the first time.
You know, you and I and Norm sat on Thursday. You had your dress rehearsal on Friday.
Yes.
I talked to Hal before the show. He said it was one of the most amazing things he had ever sat through. So what was it like actually performing with Norm on stage?
Oh, it just went to another level, you know, because our put-in dress rehearsal was amazing. And then tonight it was the next level up, and we were comfortable, and I haven't talked to him yet to see if he was like how he was feeling, but he to me was still, and there was no nerves or like, you know, we could just know that we got each other's back. I don't know. It's awesome.
You've worked with many Phantoms. Talk about working with him and what he brings to the role.
Well, he brings his truth. It's Norm, and each of the Phantoms that I've worked with, they're each unique and extraordinary, and they bring their own truth, because you can't do somebody else doing, and he is Norm Lewis. So he brings Norm Lewis, and he's very truthful, and his physical presence is awesome. It's so beautiful that he is this presence, and then his voice, you know, he has a gorgeous, and he can sing anything register, so it's amazing.
So my final question is, when you took your bow tonight, what went through your mind?
I just couldn't believe I was here again. I couldn't believe it, and I'm just like, wow, thank you that I was born at the time that I was, so that I could be the appropriate age to play this role that I love like unhealthy amounts.
It is so great to have you back. And thank you. You took me somewhere else tonight. Oh, congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel elated. I feel over the moon, overwhelmed. All these these emotions are like just circling around my head.
It must have been surreal tonight, a dream role, something you've dreamed of doing, and then it comes to fruition. Yeah. And who's in the house? Hal Prince and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
How about that?
What went through your mind?
Well, I mean, I knew they were here, and I knew that, you know, they came up to kind of give me encouragement, and they've been here. You know, they've been coaching me and also directing me for about a week or so. But it was just great to have that energy in the house, having them there, because they've been very supportive. Have my family here, have Andre de Shields and Melba Moore, you know, all these people who I've admired for so long to come and admire me, you know, and to give me some congratulatory words of encouragement. And, you know, it's a historic night, as everybody's been saying, but it just feels good. It just feels good.
And working one-on-one with Andrew Lloyd Webber, because he worked with you for a few days, what that was like?
That was great. I mean, it's his stuff. It's his music, and I just listened to whatever he wanted me to do, because it is his stuff. And I was so honored by that. You know, he took the time out to come and make sure that this guy, Norm Lewis, sang his notes the way he wanted them sung, and I hope I did him proud. I hope so. You know.
Oh, you did. And working with Sierra tonight, the chemistry is beautiful. What it's like having her on stage with you.
Well, we're such good friends, and I love her so much, and she's so beautiful. And the thing is, we have such a trust for each other, and on stage and off stage, and it goes beyond just performing together. It's you know, where if I go left, she goes right, you know, that kind of thing. And I couldn't have had a better person, you know, come in here with me. I'm so glad that they asked her to join me in this journey. Yeah.
Singing Music of the Night tonight, what it meant to you?
It meant a lot. I really felt, you know, I've said this before, but I really felt the souls of people who've come before me, you know, who have passed on. And also, like I said, I mentioned him before, Andre de Shields, Robert Guillaume, who was the first African-American to play the role in Los Angeles. And just hoping to make people proud. I mean, again, it's not just me fulfilling this dream and doing this role. It's bringing something that is bigger than I am. And so I just felt that. I felt that energy, felt that surge.
So when you took your bow tonight, what went through your mind?
I was like, oh, thank God I'm done. Or I basically, thank God I did it. I did it. And just the support that I felt, that energy I felt from the audience, it was great.